What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Our Shared Experience, coming to you from every major podcast platform as well as YouTube, if you guys are interested in watching me sit here and talk. Today, we are getting into an interesting subject for me, which is, can you be insecure and still achieve greatness? And the reason I bring this up is because I feel like personally I am one of the most insecure people I know. And I've been recently thinking about, does that supercharge my ambitions? Is that the thing that is firing me up to want to become greater? Am I not living up to the person that I believe I can be? And I think a lot of that is probably true. I think, if I pinpoint it to any one thing, whether it's art or making videos or obviously parkour, there's this insecurity, this disbelief that I am good or great, should I say. I think I recognize that I am good at a lot of things, but I've never felt great. I've always kind of felt personally like I'm really good at marketing and creating content. So I'm good at showing people what I do and building audiences, which then for the average person, a lot of what I can do is above average in specific things. But I'm really insecure in the fact that I feel like one day someone's going to look at my stuff and go like, yeah, but look, I mean, he's really not that good. And really, it's all of this is happening just because, I don't know, just because I guess I did it, right? Like I'm out here putting myself forward. And I think, insecurity wise, it's like, yeah, a single comment can shut me down. Or, I think this like general feeling of being misunderstood typically does arise. So if someone, I don't know, thinks that I'm this or says that I'm that, and I don't feel like I relate to what they're saying, there's like this inside part of me that is just like crumbling. And I don't know, there's like, I want to achieve greatness, but there's like this insecurity within me that never believes that I care enough to do it, right? Like I'll bring it back to being a professional parkour athlete. Is like, I play and I train and I love like getting to certain points in my career and working on challenges, but I don't think I've ever given anything I've ever done my 100%. And maybe that's where it's coming from. Maybe my insecurity and imposter syndrome that I have, where I feel like people are going to look at me and one day and be like, yeah, he's not really that, is stemming from the fact that I know that I've never like fully given anything my like 100% focus, and again, I think a lot of that has to do with I have multiple passions, right? Like I love to be the beginner. I love to play in that energy of if you guys are listening to this, I put out a podcast recently called something, I forget what it's called, but it's about beginning, like living in that beginner state of mind. Always be a beginner, maybe it was called. But I love that energy where you can't make a mistake, or if you do, it's not frowned upon because you're just trying something new, and of course you need to progress, and there's all this room to like not have to be insecure about. And maybe that's it. Maybe my insecurity actually is limiting me because I know that if I push so far into one thing, that when it becomes that, when people start to look at me and I start to look at myself at how efficient and perfect I should be, maybe I just don't want to live in that. So instead of like becoming the absolute best I could possibly be in one thing, I get to a limit in which I'm happy and is above average, and then I play and grow in another space while maintaining this, while maintaining this, while maintaining this. So maybe the insecurity is actually limiting me from being incredible. Or, like I said, maybe it is the reason why when people look at me, they think I'm incredible, is because I don't believe I'll ever get to that place. So I keep trying to get a little bit further and a little bit further and a little bit further. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I definitely feel like I battle with that, that idea. I think my insecurity, man, this is a very interesting conversation for me because I'm literally having it in front of you. I came into this with absolutely no idea except for the question of asking myself, is my insecurity making me great or holding me back from my own greatness? And yeah, I think it could go both ways. It's really, I think, the outside perspective is the thing that's probably answering this question, because I personally, if I'm really this insecure, can't answer it myself because I don't feel like I've ever reached greatness. And maybe the outside viewer is like, yo, he's the greatest guy alive. Like that's the greatest, he's da da da. And so for me, I can't answer it for myself. And I don't know so now I'm thinking about me being an outside perspective, and I think about some of the people that I know, like Sydney Olsen, who is the #1 female free runner in the world. Now I just said #1 female free runner in the world. She has won the most competitions in her space. She is currently actually positioned as the #1 from winning the biggest competition. But in terms of skill, she is so gosh darn talented that it's mind-blowing. And being someone that watched her grow, and personally I like to think that I helped mentor her into being this person, but in reality, she's always wanted to achieve greatness. And when she finds a weakness, man, she will just like tackle it. But you can tell, in these deeper conversations we have, that there is this insecurity, there is this disbelief of who she is, but there is a yearning for wanting to do more. And I think I have that. I think there is this yearning that wants to achieve greatness, that wants to be a better version of myself in any and everything I do. But I personally don't think I've reached that end or ever will. So is my insecurity holding me back or making me great? So today, maybe ask yourself that. Are you insecure? And where are your insecurities? Do our insecurities point to the places in which we either need to work on ourselves or we love about ourselves the most? You know what I mean? Because I think the things that I love the most, I'm definitely the most insecure about. I think right now, again, we're in my studio shooting. I'm surrounded by 25 to 30 paintings that I love. I think they're really cool. I think I love the exploration of how I got there. I lived in a lot of this beginner energy, but there's a part of me that isn't putting them out in the world as much as I probably should or wish I would. And I think that stems from like this giant insecurity about like, is this something that anyone can make, or is my creativity valuable enough to make the stuff that I have created have value? And is it interesting enough to be considered art? And I don't know. I still don't know. I'm literally like, if you guys are watching my eyes on YouTube right now, I'm literally looking at each one of the paintings and just trying to go like, what is it? What is it? The thing is, I like them. I love them. And I want to create more of them. But I'm actually caught at this crossroad right now where like, I constantly feel like I need an outside endorsement to continue. If And what I mean by that is right now, if some gallery owner came and checked out my work and was like, oh my God, these are incredible. I love this. I love this one and this one and this one. I'd love to show them in my space. I guarantee you that that next month I would create another 25 paintings. It's like, it's sad because I need that encouragement. I need that support because I think my insecurity, inner insecurity and mind games that I have with myself I can't validate myself enough to like drive forward. So maybe that's why the entertainer in me needs to constantly put out all this media and create content and create stuff like this, because without you guys letting me know, hey, I enjoyed this, there's a part of me that just doesn't want to keep doing it because I'm like, I don't know if it's good enough or whatever. I don't know if it's worth doing. The fun part about this series for me, this podcast and these videos, is that I think I've released a little bit of the outside endorsement, the need for that outside endorsement, because I recognize that by doing this, by creating these, by coming out here and speaking, I'm working through a lot of very interesting things. And I've really just invited you to be a part of it versus necessarily creating it specifically for the outside endorsement. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how far into this I get before I start to go question whether I should continue to do it. If you guys are enjoying this, I mean, it definitely helps. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit the like button if you enjoyed it, just so it gets shared with more people. Because at the end of the day, I'm creating this stuff for me, but I'm also creating it because I think there's value in it being shared and people stepping into this and hopefully connecting with it, right? We called this our shared experience because I believe, honestly, that we all have these inner thoughts, and maybe they're not all the same, but every once in a while, you guys might just connect to something in a way that maybe you didn't know you did, and maybe all the work and thoughts that I've been putting into myself is something that can open a doorway to making you a better person and a happier person at home. Yeah, so thanks for watching and listening, and that's it. Peace out, everybody.